All right, this is going to be about how insurance fraud happened to me, and how you can protect yourself from it happening to you. And so anyway, let's go. We're going to go over again how commercial insurance works. All right. First of all, it's you, and you have a trucking company. You find an insurance agent. That agent puts all your stuff together, sends it to the underwriter. The underwriter can sometimes have a general agent, which is just a contracting service that handles, say in this case, just commercial accounts. Then it moves on to a finance company that is going to finance your insurance. Now in trucking, your insurance for one piece of equipment, one truck and one trailer, is going to be somewhere around $10,000 to $15,000, or maybe a little more, depending on what type of equipment you have, how new, and all this other stuff, what the value of it is. So if you have 3 trucks, you're going to spend $30-something thousand plus your down payment on insurance. So that's why most people in commercial insurance and factories and such, they have a finance company that finances the insurance premium from the underwriter. Now, what's supposed to happen is that there's supposed to be back checks through all of these people right here. From this company all the way to the agent, this company to here, this person to here, and all of these people are supposed to back check each other to make sure that the customer is treated fairly. It's an actual law, 2009 Consumer Credit Act. So I'm going to show you how these people committed fraud against me and got away with it. Let me move forward here and we'll go through this. So I had a person leased to me, and he had 4 trucks, and I had 3 trucks. Well, I started my insurance with the insurance company, SIS, on July the 6th. This person right here decided to break the lease and go out on his own. So on July the 16th, 10 days later, I deleted his equipment off the insurance that I just acquired. Okay? Now, these trucks have only been on there for 10 days. All right? Now, insurance agents have told me, well, let me do this first. All right, so anyway, you're supposed to get a new finance agreement. After you delete equipment off, you're supposed to get a new finance agreement from the finance company. Or the finance company will give the insurance agent the software to produce finance agreements. And the insurance agents themselves can produce another finance agreement. I never received a new finance agreement. Still haven't got one to this day. And this is 2015 I'm talking about. All right. So on July the 28th, the insurance agent comes to my office and proceeds to tell me that I'm going to have to pay the full down payment of the insurance for my trucks plus this guy's trucks because it was 10 days. Later on, I was told by insurance agents that, they were like, well, why did you have to pay for that insurance? I don't know. He said, they don't, and they told me, said, they don't make any sense. Why would you have to pay for that? I said, I don't know. But the insurance agent told me, he said, what's going to happen is that the overage from the down payment of these trucks, all 7 of the trucks, is going to come out per payment throughout the cycle of 10 payments. Now, this was on July the 28th. I still have not received a new finance agreement to see what my finance account is going to be from the finance company. There's supposed to be a calculation done. This is the 28th now. We're still, a little over 10 days away, and I still haven't received anything. And I haven't got one from SIS or First Insurance Funding. Neither company. So this is where we're going back with the back checks. Somebody has to back check something. So the down payment was $12,000 for all of this equipment. Now the down payment should have been somewhere around $3,500 after this was taken off. So I wrote 2 checks on July the 28th for $6,000 each, which is $12,000. And they're supposed to come off per payment throughout the cycle. So I'm told. Now what I didn't know is that this guy right here had already went and got his authority and had already went and gotten insurance from the same agent at Southern Insurance Specialist. So I looked it up, and on July the 24th, his insurance went active, which means that the paperwork and everything that should have been done before he would have got insurance would have to go through the underwriter, have to be done, have to go through the finance company and everything else before everything is approved and gone, before it will pop up on the internet for everybody to look at. So all of this had to take place before July 24th, before it became active. But the insurance agent came to me on July 28th and told me that I was going to have to pay the down payment for these trucks plus my trucks. Now, are you catching on to that? That's the first initial fraud right there. He pretty much lied because this guy had already got insurance, which is this equipment right here. Then he's telling me that I've got to pay for this equipment after he had already insured this guy on the 24th and already had the paperwork in the office before the 24th. So that's the first part of the fraud. Well, that's 2 parts of fraud. First part of the fraud is that he forced me to pay for insurance for these trucks that I shouldn't have paid. And I don't know if he made this guy pay for these same equipment or not. But that's fraud. And the other part of the fraud is that he never sent no new finance agreement. So you're catching on to what the agent did? Pretty slick, right? So there's no back checks from the finance company to the insurance agent. Now there has to be some kind of, with all this technology, there would have to be some kind of bump stop or back check or something to where when the insurance agent signs up a new customer, something needs to be done somewhere. Never happened. Never happened. Now, there's also what is called a return premium from the finance company and the underwriter to calculate the new balance of what the insurance should be for the remaining equipment, which would be 3 trucks. Never received a new finance agreement, so that way there is no return premium until this happens or something happens to where the calculation can be done. Every insurance agent will tell you that your return premium will happen in 3 days. So when you take equipment off, like on July the 16th, on the 20th, there should be a return premium that goes to the finance company that recalculates your balance. So that way you will not be paying for equipment that you don't have, like he forced me to pay for here. Now, Hallmark's the underwriter. Now, the problem with this is that Hallmark is my underwriter, and when this guy got his insurance, Hallmark was also his underwriter. So you would think that somewhere these VIN numbers would clash in their system and say, hey, this guy right here is paying for this, and this guy right here is still paying for this. So what's up? No back checks with Hallmark the underwriter. None whatsoever. Never heard from them, never did nothing. You know, don't know what happened there. Now, Hallmark had CRC, Insurance Services, as their general agent. But it still had to go through Hallmark first. And considering Hallmark was the underwriter for me and this guy, they should have caught it just like that. They did not. Or they didn't want to. So, $42,402.38 was sent to CRC from Hallmark on August the 4th. Okay? That's 19 days after July the 16th. Now, they sent the return premium out on August the 4th. The finance company, First Insurance Funding, sent me a late fee on August the 7th for $415. There's no communication there somewhere. So they're sending me this late fee, and I'm going, this doesn't make it. I haven't got a finance agreement. I don't even know what my new payment's supposed to be. First Insurance Funding said it wasn't their problem and forced me to pay for this. And then, after that, still nothing has went on yet. This had already been sent out, but it is not on my account and no calculations have been done. The first payment to First Insurance Funding comes due, which is $8,310. Now, I want you to think about this. This is August the 10th, July the 16th. In less than 30 days, I am out $8,000 and $12,400. That's over $20,000 in under a month because this fraud took place right here. And there's no back checks from these corporations right here. So, then, another late fee from First Insurance Funding goes out on September the 7th for $560.24. Still no finance agreement. Still no finance agreement. Still no calculation of anything done for anybody to correct my account. None whatsoever. So they're basically forcing me to pay. If you don't pay your finance company, okay, what they tell you to pay, they cut your insurance off, which means that you have to go back, find another insurance agent, repay your down payment until all this comes down. Now, could you imagine having to pay all this, $20,000, and then have them cancel your insurance? And then you have to go find another insurance agent, pay another down payment, and start all over again? Not possible. Because there's no way that anybody could even look at this and go, "That's how can they do that?" But they do, and they do it more than just me. Mine's just a very extreme case. So, finally, there's $23,705.66 that comes from the general agent, which is CRC Insurance Services, on September the 22nd. Finally, a return premium on this right here. Finally, to adjust the account. 68 days from July the 16th. Almost 70 days later. The problem with that is that Hallmark sent out $42,000, which is the main underwriter. They contract CRC Insurance Services to handle their commercial accounts. CRC only sent out a portion of the $42,000, which gives a balance of $18,696.70 that is out there somewhere. Where did it go? Well, we call and we ask CRC, "Where's this at?" I called the guy, which is just a little guy that just handles my accounts. He said, "Let me get with my manager and we'll see, we'll find out." I call him back a few days later. He proceeds to tell me that they told him that I would have to get a court order from a judge to find out who they wrote this check to for this amount. This is CRC Insurance Services, which is the same as Hallmark because Hallmark hires them to do their commercial accounts. Now, there's still no correction nowhere. No audit has been done. Nobody has come to me and said, "Hey, this is what we're going to help you out," or nothing. First Insurance Funding, while we're going through this, I call them and I say, "Hey, you're charging me too much." The customer service representative at First Insurance Funding proceeds to tell me that it is not her problem. Now, could you imagine paying a payment to somebody and they are overcharging you, and you call the customer service representative and they say, "Not my problem"? Well, then whose problem is it? If you're giving software to the insurance agent to where he can produce finance agreements, and you're not back checking those finance agreements to make sure that the agent is not committing fraud against the customer, then you yourself are committing fraud against the customer. Once again, not our problem. Call your agent. We've called the agent numerous times and have gotten nowhere. We get a bag full of lies and a bunch of junk. So First Insurance Funding forces me, and we go through this for months. They force me to pay for stuff that I don't even have. No calculation, no audit, no nothing. Most of this information I find out after I'm out of business. So, on January 25th of 2015, First Insurance Funding cancels my insurance after I've overpaid them thousands and thousands. I paid in 6.5 months $42,000 in insurance. That's 193 days. That is $217.62 per day. That's counting Saturday and Sunday. That's not working days. That's counting every day from this moment right here. That's not counting this amount. That's not counting the $12,000. Couldn't tell you where that went either. And nobody else, I guess, from the court or from the judge. So anyway, that's how fraud happens. This is how your agent can commit fraud against you. And this is how these people can cover it up for the agent. I believe at one point in time, First Insurance Funding found out that this guy, the agent, had really done something that was really, really illegal. And CRC found out that this guy had done something that was really illegal, which was this right here, this, and that. And basically that to avoid a lawsuit, they just basically covered it up for him. Because I have yet to get an audit. I have yet to get anything. I have yet to, matter of fact, they don't even talk to me anymore. The customer service representative at First Insurance Funding got rid of her email. I can't even email her anymore. They basically just threw me away. So this is how insurance fraud can happen, because it happened to me, and this is my story, and this is the truth. I lost my business. I lost my trucks. I lost everything. I lost my mother's house. I lost everything. Now listen, I show this all the time. I show, my revenue sheets and everything on my other videos. And I took a small trucking company that I'd worked for many years and built it up to $1 million a year business just so these people right here could come in and commit fraud against me. So you need to protect yourself, learn from me, and do not let these people, you'll find out in another video about how to protect yourself against these companies right here to make sure that they back check each other. Because as far as I'm concerned, they don't, which is illegal, by the way, because the law says that they have to. So anyway, that's my story. Thank you very much.